begin. I think we'll start a little bit early so we can finish early. I think that sounds good, yeah? I feel a little bit like Steve Hawking sitting up here. I wanted to talk about the singularity and about quantum physics, but we're gonna today talk about OneNote. And I do have some translation as well. So yes, we're gonna first start with what is OneNote. We're gonna watch an introduction video just to give you a perspective of what this is.
When you have an idea and don't want to forget it, capture it quickly with Microsoft OneNote. It's where you can take note before, add a photo, video, or get all your ones. It keeps you in the flow of your work with footnotes and helps you transcribe and write down ideas at the same time. So you can multitask. It's where you keep everything organized. Add or move notes around, put pages into a section, and keep sections in one or more notebooks. Tag notes, so you're always on top of your to-do list. Check, check, and check. Because all your notes are organized.
Okay, so basically OneNote is made by Microsoft, and it's actually connected to Microsoft Teams. And I'm going to be talking about how it can be used in your classroom. OneNote 是一个元件，然后这个今天我说一点点中文 ，OK？ Okay, yes. So OneNote, I actually learned about OneNote when I was in university, and it's a platform where you can put multiple programs together, like PowerPoint, PDF, videos, and you can embed it on a page in a folder. It's really good for organization. And as you know, I like to organize things, and it just makes, I do all my lesson plans, my tutor notes, everything I put in OneNote, so it's very useful. I do have a little video of how you can use OneNote in some different features. Because you may be thinking, like, what can you use it for? And so I have one more video. If we go to the next slide. And I did some screen capture of this ways that I use it, and you can get some ideas of how it can be used in your situation as well. Yeah, we can hit play.
So in Teams, it has a section called Class Notebook. You'll see that I have on the left here the note.
So you can write, okay? I also upload all my homeworks, PowerPoints. It's a place to put your textbook.
Put it on the surface of it.
Past papers, okay? I put all the past papers there. It's like a resource bank for your students because they have access for it as well. And you can see the different classes I have on the left. I have grade 10.
Text right from the image, so that's a useful feature.
It can extract text from images.
Draw and circle and things like that.
If students have iPads, they can actually draw on the Word, Microsoft Word. The teacher can also give feedback right on their work. And then each page it just keeps on expanding for putting different things on there. Okay, we're gonna go next. Can we go to the next slide? Okay, so what is OneNote? I would describe it as back in the day when you went to a lawyer's office and they organized all the files in a file cabinet, okay? So OneNote is just like a cabinet where you have different folders and they have different colors. It's an organizing tool to keep multiple things. For example, you can put your PowerPoints in a folder, you can put your past papers in a folder, and it's just a way to organize many different softwares. So OneNote 是一个完成架，是就像一个完成架，然后这是方便跟一个盒子一样。So you can right here you can see that we have units and then we have pages within that, and the color coding just matches up like what a file cabinet would look like in an office. And it is made by Microsoft Office. And why would you want to use this? Okay, I just please put up your hand. Who has used OneNote before? I just would like to see. Put up your hand nice and high, so I can have a look here. So it looks about, not too many, maybe 5% of the audience here uses OneNote. So maybe you're going to get the ideas. Why are we using it? And you can adapt some of the ideas here, and you can download. It is just an app on your computer. Now, put up your hand if you use Word, Microsoft Word. Yeah, like basically everyone's using Word. So basically, the issue with Word is really nice for typing and making tables. Well, the one issue is if you open up a whole bunch of Word documents, like say you have worksheets, and you want to go between each of these files, it can waste time. The key feature of OneNote is it can save time because with these folders, all these pages are identical to a file. And so everything's open at the same time, and you can see, I can just click, and it can go between these. Whereas if I had a whole bunch of tabs open on my laptop, it's going to slow down your computer, and you can't go between each of the files very fast. So OneNote, I really like OneNote, is because I can have grade 8 open, and then, I have to do some planning in grade 7. I can just click on my grade 7 folder, and everything, all the files are ready, synced, and open. The thing is, when you open, you always see, loading, right? Even that second, for you to open up a Microsoft Word file, wastes time. And I like efficiency. I want everything open. I can just click, and I can copy from one. Let's say when you're doing curriculum planning, aspects of grade 7 math will go into grade 8. And the same for English and sciences. And oftentimes you want to see what you've been teaching and you may forget. So I can just click from my grade 7. I have a topic that I already taught and I need to expand on it. I can just copy it from my folder and put it into the next level. Okay? Whereas in Microsoft Word, or if you're using SharePoint, it's very hard to click on different folders and open it up. So 那个 OneNote 就是方便一点，因为所有的东西是打开的，然后你可以方便去点，然后是快一些。Other good thing about OneNote is you can write, you can put text, and you can insert PowerPoints. All my PowerPoint lessons go on to OneNote, and then the students have access to it as well. Okay? It's like digital notes. And we live in the digital age. And so it's important that the students have access to what they're going to learn. Because many times students, maybe they break a leg, maybe they get sick and they don't come to your class. Well, you can say, I've uploaded everything onto OneNote or Microsoft Teams, and then they can study at home. So having things digitally is really useful because they can self-study. And then that can also, the high-achieving students can learn ahead in the course. So having everything on a platform, it's like a website, like Google Classroom, where everything's there and they have access to it. And Microsoft really works well in China, whereas other platforms like Google doesn't work in China. Okay. Right here, for example, anything that you write saves. I know sometimes on PowerPoint when you write, it doesn't save, and the writing feature is different between different platforms. If you ever try to write on a PowerPoint, because we have the Seawall screens, if you write, the different features. So OneNote is actually really good for writing. It can determine the text if you have a pen, and it works better than Microsoft Word because you can write on Microsoft Word and PowerPoint, but I found the experience in OneNote is the writing is a little bit better. It also saves time through reducing redundancy. For example, here's doing an instruction of clicking is an easy task. 这是用那个鼠标点一次是很方便，对吧？但是如果你点很多次，这个是浪费很多时间。I know that everyone here is a little bit different. We have some teach upper levels and then lower levels. But if you're teaching grade 7, 8, and 9, you have about 150 students. And if you're trying to do something multiple times, this can use a lot of time. So doing something very simple, it's called the compounding effect. For example, clicking a button is an easy task. But if I ask you to click a button multiple times, you see, this even act of clicking is called wasting time. I'm doing a basic task, but every time I do it, it takes a little bit of time. And if all that little bit of time adds up, I'm wasting time that I could use to how to make my lesson plan better. Okay? And so this analogy is the idea that when we're doing a common task, just like this, I'm in assignments in Teams. Can everyone put up here who uses Teams? Okay? Lots of people use Teams. Well, if you ever made an assignment and you had 50 students, 如果有50个学生，然后你需要改他们的作业，这个是 and I have to go next, 下一步，这个用时间，对不对？ I go next, and then sometimes students did not do the homework. And if I click next and a student do the homework, it's wasting my time because I go next and there's nothing to mark. Has that ever happened to you that someone tried to send you something on Teams and you click next, and then there's a couple you don't have to mark because they didn't write anything. And so the fact of going next can waste time. So in OneNote, you'll see that you don't need to click next because all the students are already opened at the same time. You see? There's this thing called instances where if I'm just looking at a micro view, 我看一个学生还是看所有的学生？如果你看所有的学生，你可以点得很快，然后看如果他们做的还是没做的。And you can look right here. If there's a little dot, it means that student did it. I can skip students who haven't submitted the work. This is called saving time, right? So, for example, Carol Dong has a little dot. That means that she has added a tab in OneNote. That means that she has something for me to do. But if I see a student that doesn't have this little dot, and it goes on the tab that they've edited, then it means that they haven't done anything. So I can very quickly mark 150 students just by looking at a bigger perspective. OneNote gives you a bigger perspective, whereas Microsoft Word and PowerPoint is one day. Going from a broad perspective, and you can go between the two. So that's the idea of OneNote. OneNote 是看的很多的，然后这个是很多的元件，就是看一个东西。Okay. So yeah, I also put the Chinese there as well. Why are digital notebooks important? Because we live in the digital age. Okay, and students can preview lessons. You have good students. They say, during the holiday, I want to study ahead. Well, you can because everything's up on OneNote. Okay? It's really important because instead of waiting for a parent, instead of waiting for a student to say, oh, Mr. Newson, during the holiday, what do I have to do? I say, I have prepared everything for you. You can see the entire year. I've mapped up everything until summer. And they can click. I put all the homeworks, I put all the practice exams. It's called access. And it's transparency. The students know what I'm going to do. The parents know what I'm going to do. And I have the units, okay? I have all the homeworks, I have all the PowerPoint lessons, and then under the PowerPoint lessons, I also have their schoolwork and the different tasks so they can self-study. And that's very helpful, okay? 这是那个OneNote 给所有人看你找什么，然后他们可以自己学习。Other useful feature is there is some AI elements. This is like what Jerry said, where you can take a picture of a student's notes, put it in OneNote, right-click it, and there's a thing called copy from text, and it can copy from handwriting, and it can also copy just from text from a picture. And that's really useful sometimes. Because you want to ask, you're doing some research, you find an image of a diagram. You can do a screenshot and put it right into some AI, and then it can read the text. So I'm just going to do a quick overview of how you can set up your own digital classroom in OneNote. 我只是跟你们看怎么开始用 OneNote. OneNote and Teams are linked together. And that's the very first thing that maybe you don't know. You've been using Teams all along, but inside there is OneNote. Some people have activated it, and some people haven't. And I'll show you how. So in Teams, I'm pretty sure we already saw the majority of you are using Teams. If you open up a Teams, we're going to need that kind of a Teams. You'll see under the general part where you have grades assignments, there's a thing called Class Notebook. I wonder what that is. If you click on Class Notebook, you can activate OneNote to link to your Teams. And it's two software, 是两个元件，一个是 Teams， 一个是 OneNote， 它们是可以放在一起，但是你需要建那个 Class Notebook， 然后 set up. So in your Teams, you can have a try to click on this button. You hit Set Up Class Notebook, and it's going to create a OneNote for your class. And you can also download, I encourage you to download this app on your computer to make it faster, because working in Teams is slow. I always plan here, and anything you do here will automatically go to Teams. If I mark all my assignments, you don't need to do it on Teams anymore. You can mark it in OneNote. 你可以用 OneNote 干那个作业，然后它自己放在 Teams 上。When you click on here, there's three parts. You just hit next, 下一步。然后 in here, all the students get their own folders. For example, each student's going to have their name that's added to Teams, and you can add folders. For example, I make sure to have a homework folder, and I tell the students you're going to put your homework in the homework folder. I also have quizzes and tests and things like that. You can add more, but I just keep these. 这个是那个随身的完整夹，所有的随身你可以确定，然后写一个名字。如果他们有作业还是考试的东西。可以写它的完整夹的名字。Okay, after clicking OneNote in Teams, click the 3番处, click the 3 notebooks. And when you do that, it's going to open up your class. On the left, 那个3番处有4个完整夹，然后所有的完整夹有点不一样，你可以看好。So in OneNote, for the digital notebook for your class, you have collaboration. There's a folder called collaboration. Content library, teacher only, and then students. So these are special folders, and they have different functions. 这个完整夹有不一样的可以做不一样的事情的东西。So collaboration means that both students and teachers, when they add something to that, they can edit. 如果老师放一个东西，还是学生放一个，他们可以一起做。 Content library is where I put the content that is read only. For example, PowerPoints. I don't want the students to be able to edit all my lesson plans, 对不对? So in content library is where I put PowerPoints. 你可以放那个 PPT 在content library， 这个那个随时就是看，不可以改。The teacher only is only the teacher can see that folder, and that's really useful for putting the tests and things or planning. Okay. 那个老师的文件夹就是给老师看，那个学生不可以看那个文件夹。And then the student folder has those individual folders for the students' homework, and you can add different things there. That's when I'm marking the students' homework, a digital, for example. I just click on the student's name and then it fills down. 这个是那个学生的文件夹，他们可以放他们的作业还是别的东西。So again, OneNote is just organization. It's organized for the student. The way you set it up is the way that the students see it. This is how I organize my notebook, but you can organize it any way you want. It's just like folders, okay? And you can import any kind of things. You can put PowerPoints, you can put videos, you can put images. This is a platform. I have a welcome page. It just welcomes to my class. In collaboration space, okay? That's where I put like sign up sheets. Let's say you're doing drama and you say, okay, students, today we're gonna sign up for the show, and it's first come, first serve. They can just go into there and you make a tab and then they can write their name and sign up themselves, and you can have access to that digital file. The majority of the work goes in here. This is where I put all my units for the subject, unit 1, 2, 3, and then if I click on the unit, it goes and shows you all the pages. Okay, this is a subcategory where I put 1.1 is lesson 1, 1.1 I put an indentation there, that's their schoolwork or homework for that lesson. 1.2, 1.3, that one, this means is 第一个单元，如果有那个2是第二个单元。Okay? Teacher only, that's where I put my tests and things like that. And then you can see the student folder here, they have homework. So that's basically the setup. It's just setting up 4 folders. It's already in Teams. It's already there. All you have to do is activate, click on OneNote setup, and then it automatically adds that. And you can just insert PowerPoints. How do we insert? 你可以放很多的东西。你可以放那个 Word 还是PDF 还是图片还是视频。You just click on insert. I like to insert things as a printout, and it will automatically take a picture of each page in Word or PDF, and it'll print it right in here, and then you can actually write on it if you have a pen, or you can even type, okay? I like to indentate the homework, so you'll see that this is called a sub-page, okay? So 1.1 is where I put the PowerPoint, and then I indent. If you right-click on a page, you can add a page to put anything you want, and if I make a sub-page, it just makes it go into the second page there, so that they know that this homework is connected to lesson 1.2. 这个是如果是右边，这个是他们的作业；如果是这边是那个上课的 PPT. And so students can just click on it, they can watch what the lesson is, they can quickly scroll right through it. They don't have to hit next, next, next. PowerPoint, again, is an instance, is one page at a time, whereas OneNote is to see a summary of everything, okay? If you're in PowerPoint and a student had to fushi, if they had to review and they have to go next, 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 it's wasting time because some PowerPoint pages are wasting, it's just like an introduction, right? But if you have it all as a screen, if it's a printout, you can easily scroll the information and find what you need, okay? It just saves time. It's a big view, and then you can zoom into a smaller view as well. Micro and macro. I don't know how to say that in Chinese. Okay. Homework. I'm sure on Teams you made assignments. I don't do that for homework because even type an assignment name can waste time, right? What I do is I make a homework tab, a page, and I say, when you have homework, it's your responsibility to copy the homework into your homework folder. Because what happens on Teams if you make an assignment, like a homework assignment, you have to type the homework name and then you hit assign and then you set a date. But with this, you can they can put it in there and then it puts a little dot and then I can just, I just work from OneNote. I don't need to go into Teams. You can put the feedback, so you can see I click on the homework folder, and then I can see what the student wrote here, give some feedback there, right on that. It's just digital. I like to organize the lessons into number, like 1.1 is Unit 1, Lesson 1, 1.2 is Unit 1, Lesson 2, 3.1 would be the 第三个单元. It's this idea of organization, of how do you save the names of your PowerPoints. Are you just calling it the name? Because when you put a PowerPoint into a folder on Mac, PC, or Windows, it'll organize it based on names, right? And so an easy way to organize your PowerPoints is just putting numbers, number notation in the front, 1.1, 1.2, and it'll do ascending order. And that's just a way to organize your PowerPoints or your lesson plans. At the very beginning, I put, I guess, all the practice exams. I upload several years worth, so the students have access to all of that as well. I put the curriculum document, because that's where I do my lesson planning as well. A welcome tab. There's anything that is useful, the students also have access to that, so if they want to have a look at the curriculum. Or let's say that you're being inspected. Let's say we have, the COBIS is coming in, and they say, oh, I want to see your lesson planning. Well, you can just open up OneNote and have all your folders already organized. They'll love it. They'll love you for it. Trust me. When they came in, they're like, wow, it was very organized. They say, no problem. Because you can show all the feedback all in one program. You don't have to say, oh, this way, I need to find where's this note, because everything has been digitally copied. 这个是好用，是如果有人看我们的上课，他们可以看啊那个学习的作业在哪里，还是你的上课的东西在哪里？因为是一个圆圈，所有的东西放在一个地方，然后方便他们只需要点，让他们都是可以看。Please, if you find this useful and you're like, hey, I want to make a digital class for my students, because I know that sometimes I have students that come in late in the semester. Some students, they're sick, and they get so far behind, and I have to catch up. How are they going to catch up? You can give them the information to do it at home. They can access your Teams. You may be already using Teams, but OneNote is also an idea to put everything together. This is other platform that can help. Download OneNote. It also is connected to Teams, but if you click on Teams, the screen is so small. I find working in OneNote, it can be big screen. Okay, so it's this, and it runs faster. Other idea is I also download OBS. OBS is a screen recording software, and so when I'm writing on the Siebel TV, I can record my lesson and I upload my lessons to Teams as well. So students can also watch the lesson from home. So I record my lessons. Okay? Tutor. I use, you can see I even have a book for tutoring. And I put all my tutor notes there. And this is connected to AI with Jerry. Is saving all the data I have right here, for example, is there every tutor log, I put a tab called semester 1 and I just put it in a long stream of data. Okay, this is called data analysis. It's a place to put everything. I can see all my tutor logs instead of going iSense. iSense is a little bit slow, as you know when you click and you go on profile. You probably have to wait 4 or 5 seconds. I can't wait 5 seconds. I want efficiency, right? So if you save all your data to OneNote, and I have it on iSense as well, when I'm doing a summary, I can just copy all this and I can say to ChatGPT, okay, I want to communicate with the parent, I want to do a tutor log, I want to summarize the students, all their learning goals, all the tutor logs. I just go, copy, put it into the AI, and then it's going to help and save you time. It's organized, just everything. You can see all the tutor logs in one instance. Okay, bonus ideas in Teams. There's also a place where you can upload files. I upload lesson recordings, okay? Because I know that some students are not there. I have a flipped classroom. I have to, right now I'm teaching a grade 12 students, and they're going to do A level and AS level in 1 year. We don't have enough time, so they have to, I have a flipped classroom idea that the student, during the evening study time, they watch the recorded videos. And when they come into my class, we're working on the paper questions. Get to the meat of the lesson. And so give more ownership to the students, especially in A levels. If you can say, oh, I want you to watch this video, and then when you come to the class, ask me some questions. Put a little check if you understand. Put a little squiggly line if you don't understand. And that's to maximize time. Because why teach a lesson if they already know it? You can find exactly where to teach them to help them where they are at. Okay, not where we think they are, but where they are at. Having a flipped classroom gives them more ownership in their education. And so in the classroom, they're asking questions instead of we just teaching them. Because learning, you can learn by yourself. And then what is the teacher for? It's like, oh, I need a little help here. Sometimes we need help. Sometimes we don't. If we don't need help, you can study yourself. And then you say, oh, teacher, I need help. You come to the class to ask questions, not just for us to download the information into the brain. So flipped classroom is an idea that I've been trying this semester. It's been working really well. If you have any questions about OneNote, I've been using it for a while. I know Jerry's been using it as well. You can send me an email. Nothing's perfect. There's some good things about OneNote, some tables I don't like about it, and there's some quirky things. But it's just another app that is very powerful though for organization. So if you find that, hey, I want to make a digital classroom. I want the students to have access to know everything in one view. Or maybe I want to try to look at all the students' homework just with a click of a button. I can just see all the students and see a little hey go. If you see the little black dot, it just means that they've edited the information. You can then you can mark it. Okay, so thank you very much, and I hope this has been useful, and feel free to send me an email or talk to me if you have any questions. Yes?
Yes, you spoke about efficiency, so I don't have time for sending email. Let me just ask you directly.
Yes.
Thank you. Since this is a Microsoft tool, right, does it allow different email accounts like your Gmail, your whatsoever, or it's strictly Microsoft account?
Okay. This is how it is. This is Microsoft software, and our school, we have Teams, and it's also Microsoft. So it uses your school's email. So everyone has, it's called a Microsoft package. So OneNote, Teams, and Outlook is all one company. And so when you log into OneNote, you have to put your school's email. Yeah.
So isn't it possible to use your personal email?
You can use your personal email as well, but it won't be linked to Teams. Teams is connected with the school email. Yeah. It still works. But that'd be for your personal use. Let's say you have a tutor notebook. You can use your personal email, okay? And then use it however you want. But if you want all the students of our school to be inside your OneNote, it has to be through the school email. Yeah, good question.
You can't use your personal email for school.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
but you can use it personally on your own laptop if you want to use OneNote.
Yes. But
Yes.
not school stuff.
That's right. It's connected, like all the teams are connected through your school email, and the same with OneNote. It's through your school email, and it's free. You got the business package, so I use it. Any other question? This is good. Yes.
Do we have iPad and pen, electric pen?
So yeah, this is a good question about iPads. I hate iPads. But what I've done is I bought a digital stylus. You can go on Taobao, and for 100 kwai, you can buy a writing pen. I highly recommend it. Just 100 kwai. And then it's just USB, you plug into your computer, and then you can write. So I bought one of those. Just like 20 bucks. If you have an iPad, you can do it personally, but I would just say buy like Taobao something in my stylus. Yes. Yeah, so very good. Thank you, Patrick. So the question is about videos. Do we have to download? For the videos, what happened is I have a screen recorder that records on my computer, and then you have to upload it to, I put it under Teams, under Files, and then you have to upload it. But when you upload it, the students can directly click on it, and then they can watch the video. So you still, these are my personal videos, but on OneNote, you can embed either link, and put a YouTube link or a Bilibili link or whatever. So in OneNote, you don't need to, you can embed videos so they don't have to download, they can actually click on the video and it'll play. For my personal videos, I do a recording and I upload it, so they actually, it's a full file. So they don't need to download because I upload it. Does that answer the question? I don't know. Yes, if they are on the VPN, they will see it there, Patrick, yes. So I haven't went into the student view, but you can embed the videos right into the OneNote. And so when you go into the lesson plan and click on it, if you're connected to the school Wi-Fi, it should work. Okay. So I think if there's no other questions, that's it. I think it's break time until so we'll take a break. Have a look at the schedule.
I just saw Bella.
Bella 哪里
He's packing the luggage.
Oh yeah. Heartbreaking, right?
Amy! Amy! Amy!
Why are you blushing, baby?
I have a
Which one?